Good morning students, welcome to the next lecture of switching theory and logic design. So our next topic is subtractors in our STLD, right? So in the last class we have seen half adder, full adder. Now in this class we are going to discuss half subtractor and full subtractor, right? Now we will see half subtractor. So coming to here, this is a half subtractor truth table. So coming to here, you have to perform the subtraction between x and y input variables. In between x and y input variables, we have to perform subtraction. So coming to here, you have to do 0 minus 0, 0 minus 1, 1 minus 0, 1 minus 1, right? 0 minus 0. Right, 0 minus 0, so both are 0. So here the difference, here we have to write down this one as difference and we have to write down this one as borrow. That is very, very important. So in the previous classes we have written this one as sum. Why? Because then we are doing difference operation. Now here we are taking subtraction operation, so for that reason here we have to write difference and borrow. Right. So for this subtraction process, you have to write down difference and borrow. So you have to write it here. So our subtraction, difference and borrow, these two are outputs. So see here, x, y, both are inputs, and here the outputs are difference and borrow. Difference and borrow. Right. So for the half subtractor, we have difference and borrow two outputs, x and y two inputs are available. 0 minus 0, 0 difference, and there is no borrow. Next, wait for this case, we will discuss last. So I will explain this case at the last. 1 minus 0, 1 minus 0, the difference is 1 and borrow is 0. And 1 minus 1, difference is 0. 1 minus 1, 0, and borrow is also 0. Now coming to here, this case, where x value is equal to 0 and y value equal to 1. That is, you have to do 0 minus 1 operation. Actually, in a decimal number system, what we are doing, when you are subtracting from lesser number to higher number, you are taking borrow. So actually, here nothing is there. Here nothing is there. But think that some 1 is there. So think that here some value is there. So here, from here I am taking 1 and coming to this position the value goes to 1 0. From I am considering 1 is there. Okay, that one when it is shifting to here, when it is coming to this position, it is changing as 1 0. So 1 0 equivalent value, 1 0 in binary we are representing, and that binary equivalent value in decimal is equal to 2. So now the value of this 1 0 is equal to 2. 2 minus 1, 2 minus 1, that is equal to 1. So the answer is 1. Okay, but here actually we are assuming that here we have value, but we don't have value, we have taken some borrow. So for that reason, we have taken borrow is equal to 1 and difference is equal to 1. Okay, here we are taking borrow, but here we don't have any values. We are considering, we are assuming that some value is there. So for that reason, we have taken some 1 as borrow. Here, how much value we have taken? Only 1 as borrow. So here borrow is equal to 1 and difference is equal to 1. So for that reason, in this case, I have written difference is equal to 1 and borrow is equal to 1. Okay, now let's come into the Boolean function for difference and borrow. The Boolean function difference and borrow. So the difference function, see here, 0 0, the output is 0. 0 1 1, 1 0 1, 1 1 0. So neglect the 0 output considerations. When the d value is equal to 1, then only you have to consider the input combination. When d is equal to 1, the value of x is equal to x 0 and y is equal to 1. That is, you have to write down as x bar y. Next, coming to here, the next one condition, x value 1, y value 0, that is x y bar. That is the second combination. So this is the difference expression for half subtractor. For half subtractor, this is the difference function. Next, coming to that borrow function. So when the borrow value is equal to 1, see here, in this place borrow is equal to 1. In this place, what are the input combinations? X value 0, Y value 1. So for that you have to write on X bar Y. So this is the difference and borrow expression. This is the difference and borrow expression. Now our task, we have to draw the logic diagram for this two. So for example, coming to here, difference logic diagram. Here we have x, y bar. This is the first function. Next, x bar, y. We have two functions, right? So for that reason, I am taking here x and y bar, two input signals, and x bar, y, another two input signals. So these are the two input signals. So for here, x, y bar, for x, y bar, here for x, y bar, right. So here for x, y bar, we are taking our AND gate, and x bar y, we are taking one more AND gate here. So two AND gates are available here. From these two AND gates, you have to sum. Oh, these two product sum you have to sum. So for the reason, I am taking one OR gate. So this is the difference logic diagram. Next, coming to that borrow logic diagram, x bar y. X bar y. So this is x bar and this is y. So this is the borrow functionality. This is the for borrow related diagram. The difference functionality seems to be like this, x y bar plus x bar y. This seems to be like as an XOR function. So here you can write down x exclusive y. So now the difference equation is equal to, you have to write down in this way also, x, y, and this is output d, that is equal to x exclusive y. So this is the XOR function for difference. So from the half subtractor, we are knowing that the function for difference is equal to x exclusive y, and for borrow x bar y. Now we will see the next functionality, that is full subtractor. Full subtractor. So see here, full subtractor. Coming to the full subtractor, half subtractor, we have two inputs. For full subtractor, we have three inputs. So here we have three inputs and two outputs, like as difference borrow. Here also we have to change. Next, here also we have to change. This is difference, and these are the borrows, difference and borrows. Now coming to here, the full subtractor, three inputs x, y, z, and output difference borrow. So coming to here, we have to see the truth table for this full subtractor. So 0 minus 0 minus 0, 0, 0. Next, so coming to this case, this case, this case, this case. So we will see this case after discussing these four cases. 1 minus 0, 1. 0, 1 minus 0, 1. So difference is 1, borrow is 0. So here 1 minus 0 minus 0. The resultant is 1 and there is no borrow. 1 minus 0, that is equal to 1. Minus 1, 1 minus 1, that is equal to 0. Borrow also 0. 1 minus 1, again two ones are there. 1 minus 1, 0, and borrow also 0. 1 minus 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 minus 1 is, 0 minus 1 is, we have seen in the half subtractor concept, in 0 minus 1, here the difference is 0 and borrow is equal to 1. Next, coming to this case, in this case 0 minus 0 and 0 minus 1, that is equal to difference 1 and borrow 1, we have seen in the half subtractor. Next, this one also 0 minus 1, here also we have 0 minus 1, so 0 minus 1, difference is 0 and borrow is equal to 1. Now see here, 0 minus 1, 1 minus 1. Okay, here we have to do two subtractions. First one 0 minus 1. The resultant of 0 minus 1 you have to subtract here. So coming here 0 minus 1. So when you are doing 0 minus 1, difference is equal to 1 and borrow is equal to 1. Okay, so 0 minus 1, when you performed this combination, 0 minus 1, then d is equal to 1, bar is equal to 1. So the d is equal to 1. So here 0 minus 1 resultant is 1. 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So see here 0 minus 1. Here we are taking some borrow and we are saying that here the result is equal to 1 and borrow is equal to 1. From the result you have to difference this value, you have to subtract this value. So 1 minus 1 0. The borrow as is, it follows as is, that is borrow is equal to 1. Borrow is equal to 1. So difference is equal to 1 and borrow is equal to 1. Difference is equal to 1 and borrow is equal to 1. So this is the final explanation for the full subtractor. Now you have to write down the minterms of this one. So d is equal to 1, 2, next 4, 7, 1 to 4, 7. So the same values we got from the for the full adder also. For full adder, for full subtractor, the sum value and here the difference value both are same. Next coming to that borrow value. Here 1, 2, 4, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. B is equal to sigma small m of 1, 2, 3, 7. Now you have to draw the K map for the difference. So, borrow. Why? Because difference, we know that the exclusive are between three inputs, X exclusive Y exclusive Z. And coming to here borrow, we have to draw the K map and we have to simplify the functionality. So see here, right, here we have that functionality. This is a truth table and those are the midterms and max terms where S is equal to sigma small m of 1 to 4, 7. This is the functionality A exclusive, B exclusive, C. There is already we have solved in the full adder also. And sigma small m of 1 to 3, 7. Now you have to draw a K map here. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here 1, 2, 3, 7 are the given terms. 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. These are the given terms. Now you have to group this pair and this is one more pair and this is one more pair. 3 pairs you got. Here next this is 0, 1. This is 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Here you are taking X, here you are taking Y, Z. So coming here in this group, X bar, the common value X bar in this, that is Z, X bar Z, plus this straight line, that is YZ, plus this 2, from this 2, X bar Y. So this is the simplified expression for borrow. It's not carry. For borrow. Here we have to remember that here this is not sum, this is difference, and this is not carry, this is borrow, and this is not sum difference, this is borrow, and this is not sum difference, and this is not carry, this is borrow. Okay, so when I am doing the PPT, I don't have that much of time, very less time. Within the less time I did this one. So I changed all the values, but I forgot about to change the names. So this is the simplified borrow expression. This is the simplified borrow expression. This is the simplified borrow expression. This is very, very important. Okay, thank you.